This is the Holden Arcadia, and this is the Nissan Pathfinder. They are both big 7-seater SUVs. And this is Matthew Pritchard.
Hi.
We like to call him Mr. Pritchard. He's not a motoring journalist.
I am not a motoring journalist.
He's not a motoring journalist. No, at Cars Guide, Mr. Pritchard uploads our content. He even edits our videos. He does a little bit of writing.
Yep.
But no, he doesn't review cars.
No.
He's got a real job, like you. In fact, think of him just like you, coming along in this video, asking all the questions that you'd probably ask as well. Ready?
Yeah, ready.
I was talking to them, but great.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
go. In the Holden corner, weighing in at 1,874 kilograms and measuring a tad under 5 meters, with a list price of $43,490, all the way from Tennessee, USA, is the front-wheel drive Arcadia LT. And in the Nissan corner, weighing in at 2,005 kilograms and at just over 5 meters long, and also made in Tennessee, USA? Yeah, right, okay. And listing for $48,090 is the all-wheel drive Pathfinder ST Plus. Now, let's take a look at how they compare. Specs, please. Right. There are those prices again, and look, there's a difference in engine size. The Pathfinder has a 3.5 litre V6, while the Arcadia has a 3.6 litre. The Nissan has a CVT, which is a continuously variable transmission, while the Holden, which is badged as a GMC in the States, has a 9-speed automatic. The Arcadia is also more powerful and more torquey, and has a larger ground clearance. But check out those towing capacities. The Pathfinder has a 2,700 kilogram brake towing capacity, while the Arcadia can do just 2,000 kilos. The combined fuel consumptions are different too, but both use the same 91 RON petrol. That's the cheap one. The Pathfinder we tested here is all-wheel drive, and the Arcadia is front-wheel drive. We tried our darnest to get them both as all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, but in the end, this is all the manufacturers could offer us. I've written a full review on each of these SUVs at carsguide.com.au, so to read it, just head on over there. And hey, subscribe, and give us a like. You like it, don't you? All right, let's take the mighty Holden Arcadia and Nissan Pathfinder in their full splendor. Matt, as a normal, regular person, tell me, what do you see about their styling?
Okay, so the Arcadia definitely looks, I don't know why I think this, but it looks more American,
Yep.
right? Like it looks like a big sort of chunky
Truck.
American truck. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. I think the Pathfinder looks a bit, like it looks more generic, right? I feel like I've seen it before quite a bit. Like there's nothing super different about its styling.
Yeah, exactly. Look, which looks older and newer to you?
I think the Arcadia looks newer because I don't think I've really seen much styled like that on the road before, whereas I feel like I've seen that sort of styling on the Pathfinder quite a bit.
Yeah, you've probably seen that forever.
Yeah.
And that's because it's been around in car life forever. That first came out around about 2012, 2013. They've updated it over the years. They've added more safety and different styling and that type of stuff, but underneath its clothes, it is the same car that's been around 6 years. This car, I went to the launch of it last year, the Holden Arcadia. In the United States, it wears a GMC badge, the GMC Arcadia.
Right.
That's why it looks American and bullish and truck-like,
Yeah.
and it's new. And you would have found that. You've been driving these cars over the last day with me as well. You probably would have noticed a difference in their interiors too.
Yes,
And we're going to get to that later as well. But first of all, I'm going to take you through their standard features. So coming standard on the LT, and that's the base grade Arcadia, is DRLs, daytime running lights, the LED ones.
Right.
They run along there. They are standard. Also standard on the LT are these roof rails. They are pretty snazzy. The tinted glass, you also get proximity unlocking, and that is when you have a key in your pocket, you can unlock and lock the door just by pressing that button just there. Same with the ST Plus. Now, the difference between the ST and ST Plus is very, very minor. The ST, just the base grade, and the ST Plus gets 2 extra things. It gets that 360-degree camera, which you really like, inside, and you also get sat-nav. Those are the only 2 things that an ST Plus gives you above an ST. Also coming standard are DRLs, roof rails at the back here, you get the tinted glass, and whereas with the Arcadia you get the dual exhaust at the back, you've just got an exhaust just there.
Right.
Cool. Shall we go inside? Okay, Matt, do you want to get into the Pathfinder
What do?
first? You're in the second row.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You know, I think for something that has so much door,
Got a big door.
the actual doorway is weirdly small.
Big door, small hole. So,
Well, yeah, kind of. That's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
No,
Which is weird because the door is enormous.
it's a
isn't it?
huge door,
And it's quite heavy.
Yeah. I like that it's full of cup holders.
Yes, you've
but
got-
I also too, I feel very squinched. I feel squished.
Your knees are high.
Yeah, and like I'm not tall, right? Like I'm
You
like
aren't tall.
5'8", and I feel like there's too much floor. Is that
Look,
crazy?
this
to think there's too much floor?
possibly. This Pathfinder is all-wheel drive, which
Right.
means it's got a drive shaft which runs back to the diff at the back of the car, so that could
right. Yeah, okay.
elevate the floor slightly.
Sure.
But your knees are high. The floor does
I
look
feel
high.
like I've been in
You're
cars
sitting
with
high.
four-wheel drive before where there's been like a dip.
Yeah, Nissan does this. They create theatre style seating, and theatre style
Right.
seating provides a higher seating position so that you can see out over the top of see how you can see directly over the top of those
I
front
do
headrests.
have a really nice view.
All right, third row. What's it like back there?
Like it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's just very Spartan, you know. Like it's like there's cup holders.
You've
that's
got how many
nice.
cup holders in the back there? Do you have?
So 2 per seat. So I can have like 4 slushies on the go back here, which is cool.
Okay, air vents. Do you have air vents
I
back
do.
there? And what are your windows like back there in terms of visibility?
You know, as far as third row seating goes, it's not that bad. Like I really can see quite a bit.
Headroom.
Again, lots of headroom.
And now if I slide this seat back, how much space do you have?
Well, if I thought my knees were high before,
Are they really high now? What if I
They're
keep
pretty
going? How
high.
far can I go?
that's on my knees right now.
Rightio. I could actually sit. I can sit in front of you at that point, but
I would not be comfortable.
no, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Let's get into the Acadia.
Okay.
See
sounds
the
good.
difference. All right.
Cool. Wait, you have to let me out. Richard, come back.
There you go.
Thank you.
Now the Acadia, Matt.
I feel so famous having someone opening the door for me. That is so much more comfortable. Like
You mean the seats? I mean your legs, your knees aren't anywhere near as high.
I have all this kind of room. Like the for some reason the doorway in this feels bigger, but it's clearly a smaller door. But I was just able to just kind of walk in.
The aperture is bigger. It's like a walk-in pantry, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And the seat even feels like it just kind of hugs me a bit more.
Yeah, it's a more supportive seat. They've got that sporty sort of bolsters on the sides of them, and and the material, the fabric feels a little bit more special, doesn't it?
It's a little softer, yeah.
Yeah.
I also like that the door has all these little hidey holes. I'm not a super fan of the faux wood paneling. I feel like that's a bit cheesy.
The Pathfinder's got that as well. It's got that
Well,
too.
yeah, fair.
Jump in the back row.
Sure.
What's that like?
That's pretty tight. Yeah. There's also less cup holders.
Less cup holders.
So there's only 1 per seat, and it's
at the
square.
back. You know what you do have that the Pathfinder doesn't have? You've got
USB.
you've got a USB back there. So you've got USBs
Yeah, that's handy.
in the third, second, and first row of the Acadia.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, we have vents too.
Vents
The
galore. You got vents to the roof there.
Pathfinder didn't have vents in the.
It had vents down here.
Oh, it did. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. What's your tow room like, headroom like, visibility out your little porthole like?
There's less window.
Yeah.
And same in the back seat.
Yes.
It kind of swoops up.
Yeah.
So there's not as much to look at, which
Yeah.
is kind of a shame.
Yeah. Now, both of these SUVs have big boots.
Yes.
They've also got little boots at the back here, and we're going to see exactly who has the most space. There we go. That looks shut.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. I trust you.
No, it's not going to shut.
Incorrect.
It's not going to shut. Okay, take one out. And now, fine.
Okay.
Right, let's test the Acadia.
Right.
No, it's not going to fit. It's not going to fit. Right, so instantly we see that the Pathfinder's boot behind the third row is bigger. Let's check the...
I now know where all that leg room in the third row came from.
Yeah, that's right. Let's put these third row seats down and we'll see who has the most room in terms of space behind the second row. That fits. All right, Pathfinder.
Cool.
So there you go. Pathfinder definitely
Way more space.
has way more space. Cool. Time to drive.
Yeah.
Okay, Pathfinder first of all. Check out the cabin. 1980s.
It's busy. Yeah.
Very 80s.
Yeah,
Um,
it feels really. There's a CD player,
It's a DVD.
but there's no screens other than this.
You
teeny
can actually
tiny little-
option like seatback screens for
Oh, that makes more sense.
Okay, so standard features.
Yes.
You get a power driver's seat. Here it is. 6-speaker stereo. It gets 3 zone climate control. No Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Yeah, they weren't invented.
Yeah, okay.
But you know when you plug your phone in, you know what comes up?
I do. Yes, I plugged it in the other
Yeah.
night, and it told me that it was an iPod.
Okay, now if that doesn't sum up this car like better,
Yeah.
I don't know what does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also a foot brake. That's sort of annoying, isn't it?
I always,
you put it
every
on, put it off.
time, I always spend hours trying to find it.
Okay, so because it's so 1980s, I am going to stream some music which
Okay,
I
good.
found for
Good.
you.
Wonderful.
So you can stream because it's got Bluetooth connectivity. Let me just press play. There we go. Now, listen to this.
It is.
How
very,
much?
It is very.
How much does that suit this
fits.
cabin?
As a side note, I'm a huge fan of the 360 camera.
Yeah, you like it?
I love a 360 camera.
So
I
hang
think
on, normal people like 360 cameras because I think they're
Yeah.
terrible.
No, so it takes away so much stress when I'm parking.
Yeah.
And especially when it does split screen, when it splits it between the reversing camera and the 360, I love it because it's so nice. Yeah, because if you're in a really tight parking lot, I want to be able to see where everything is around me because the reverse camera only shows so much.
So you've got to know this car quite well.
Yes.
We've got a bit of an old school feeling ride to this car. It's a little bit unsettled,
Yeah.
as we say in the motoring biz.
When
Body
we were-
control's not that great either.
No, when we were driving it before, I was actually finding that I was feeling almost a little motion sick.
Motion sickness is caused by head sway, which is that business, and that's caused by body control of the car.
So I may have been motion sick because I was
Yeah,
getting-
so look, I'll just sort of like move the wheel a little bit.
Yeah.
As you move the wheel, you can feel the car sort of lurching from side to side.
I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it.
It's soft suspension, but it's also a busy ride, and it's noisy too. So
Yeah.
driving along here like this, there's a couple of different noises which are coming into the cockpit. First of
Yeah.
all, you've got that CVT. So that transmission is called a continuously variable transmission.
Right.
It's like a rubber band. So
Right.
most traditional transmissions are like cogs, right?
Yep.
So you move
So
to
it
a higher
makes the-
gear or a low gear. Exactly.
Yeah, cool.
So what this is, rather than cogs changing gears, it's
Right.
got like a stretchy belt which stretches as the engine revs go up.
Right.
So it's got an infinite number of, gears,
Yeah.
but you get this sound without any feeling of acceleration, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty sound, and it doesn't do anything for the driving experience either. It's
All
your
right.
turn to drive.
Okay, good.
You're definitely an under the speed limit driver, aren't you?
Yeah, I absolutely am.
Yeah.
And actually, I think too, if you are an under the speed limit driver,
Yeah.
I'm not hearing the CVT drone as much.
So,
person,
safety
I don't know.
equipment in this car,
Yes.
we have airbags which go all the way back
Yes.
to the third row, okay, which is good. There's blind spot warning,
Mhm.
and there's AEB as well. Visibility out of this car
Really good.
is really good, and
Yeah.
that those A pillars are thinner than the Arcadias, and they also do that. They sort of bend out of your line of sight a little bit, so
Yeah. Visibility out the back, checking blind spots and things is really good.
it is good actually. At least you know how to do a window.
They do.
Don't
Yes,
they?
they do. Yep. Yep.
All right, let's get in the Arcadia. I'll drive first. Okay, here we go. This is the Holden Acadia. I have some music as well for the Acadia.
Okay, good.
Now press play, and
Okay.
how good is that?
It fits. I definitely
How-
feel. I actually feel like it could be in a GMC ad.
Totally.
Like, yeah.
Totally.
At GMC, we make trucks for any size and any job.
Totally.
Yeah, right.
I love it. And it feels a lot more modern, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. It's comfier. The immediate display and everything.
Yeah.
Is,
Apple CarPlay, Android Auto,
yeah.
8-inch screen, same size as the Pathfinder, but
Yep.
that's also standard. 3-zone climate control, also standard.
And
you
you-
get 5 USB ports throughout.
That's
cabin.
that's a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cloth seats, just like the Pathfinder. Actually, I prefer these seats.
Yeah,
Nothing
I
about
like this
iPods.
too, that no. It recognizes a smartphone.
It recognises a smartphone. Built-in sat-nav.
I also like too that your dash isn't completely swallowed with buttons.
Yeah. Manual seat adjustment. I just had to do that. You know, I prefer manual seat
Do you
adjustment anyway. Yeah, because
I like the electric one
why?
because
It takes too long.
I think I just like the gimmick.
Yeah. So safety stuff on this,
Mm-hmm.
just like the Pathfinder, you've got 3 rows of airbags. So curtain
Mm-hmm.
airbags, which go all the way back to cover that 3rd row, which is really good. You've got AEB as well, but it's a more advanced AEB than the Pathfinders. It's got pedestrian and cyclist detection. It
Great.
knows the difference, and it can brake for them to mitigate a collision.
I do like that.
It's got blind spot warning, it's got lane keeping assistance, and it's got this system where if you put your indicator on to change lanes and there's a car in
Yeah.
your blind spot, it
Yeah.
will push you back into your lane and save you from, like dropping in on
That's
Yeah.
cool. You have missed the butt massaging.
you. Oh
Alert.
my god!
Instead of the beeping, you can change it and your seat vibrates. So instead of
Yeah.
having a proximity warning beep, the
Yeah.
seat vibrates in that direction, and it's so weird.
Now, you need to drive this.
Ooh, it definitely feels big.
Yeah. Look at the bonnet.
It's all bonnet.
It's all bonnet.
It's all bonnet.
Yeah. It's all hood.
It's oh god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean about the acceleration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Though.
It's push you back in the seat acceleration.
It is. Yeah.
So you put your foot down. Look at you now. Speed
Yeah.
demon. Back.
Wow. Watch me go.
Yeah. The visibility is not good around those.
No.
pillars.
Yeah. It definitely the cabin feels darker than the Pathfinder.
Less
did.
windowage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The glass house. In motoring journalist terms, it's called a glass house. Smaller glass house.
Oh, right. I see what you mean though about it being more composed.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is a more comfortable car to drive.
Yeah.
I don't feel the jitteriness in the steering wheel as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even then, you feel the bumps in the road. You still feel connected to everything, but not in such a bumpy way.
Well, Mr. Pritchard, I think it's pretty clear who the winner is.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the Holden Arcadia.
Could not agree more.
Look, it's a newer car. It's got better tech, it's got better safety things, the seats are more comfortable,
Absolutely.
and it's more fuel efficient.
Yeah, that really surprised me actually, because it looks like it would really use a lot of fuel.
Yeah, it looks like a truck.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's a newer car, so it's got a V6 with cylinder deactivation, it's got a stop-start system, and after 137 kilometres, this used 14 litres of petrol. That, after less kilometres, 134 kilometres, used almost 20 litres of petrol. Yeah.
Good. Wow, that's a lot.
Now, that is an all-wheel drive, and this is a front-wheel drive, so that could explain it. I did drive that in two-wheel drive for most of the time. For the last 30 kilometres, I put it in auto, which sort of toggles between all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive.
Right.
But that's still quite a big difference. There's a difference in price as well, but you would find that the two-wheel drive version of the ST Plus is around about the same price as the LT front-wheel drive too. So even on a value scale, the Acadia is better value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, for someone that knows nothing about cars, you know a lot about cars.
So what, does that make me like a motoring journalist now?
No,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't. at
Okay,
all.
that's fair.